course our staff, harassment, alarm,
and I'm going to tell you no.
There is concern around your behaviour and how it's making our staff feel.
And I'm going to tell you no.
That request from you to provide me with your name
and I'm going to tell you no because I've done nothing wrong.
Please, you're under arrest.
Okay, right.
When the badge turns silent, the body cam speaks. Citizen rights violated.
This episode is brought to you by Auditor Applaud. Make sure to check the link below, subscribe to his channel, and give him the credit he deserves. In this episode, Auditor Applaud is filming legally from public land outside a police station when an inspector suddenly approaches, acting like a crime is happening. He makes up laws that don't exist, with two officers joining in, trying to scare Applaud into stopping. When their threats don't work, they misuse Section 50 to try to arrest him without any legal reason. But Applaud doesn't back down. Instead, he turns their abuse into a legal fight, refusing a quick payout and taking them to court to hold them truly accountable.
Just a little bit concerned as to why you're filming inside Sussex Police premises.
Well, first of all, could you actually identify yourself properly for me?
Yeah, of course. My name's Inspector Simon Bardon. I'm one of the duty inspectors up in our force.
Inspector?
Simon Bardon.
Simon Bardon, okay.
So I work in the Force Contact Control Room, so I'm just wondering why you're stood on our property filming into...
No, I'm stood on public property.
Okay.
So let's verify that.
But you're filming into private property?
It makes no difference.
It does.
Why is that? What law am I breaking?
Because you're filming private property and you haven't...
It makes no difference.
Well, it does. You can't film into private property.
Yes, I can.
Okay, under what law?
Okay. The law is I can film whatever I can see in public. Okay, you can't trespass the eye.
From the very beginning, the inspector clearly doesn't understand the law. In the UK, there is no law that stops someone from filming a building or vehicles while standing on public land. An inspector, who is supposed to set an example, should know this. When Applaud challenges him, the inspector makes the situation worse by asking, "Under what law?" That shows confusion, because it's the wrong way around. People don't need a special law to film in public, but officers do need a valid legal reason to stop someone. Court decisions and Article 10 of the European Convention on Human Rights confirm that filming and taking photos in public places is legal and protected.
But there are staff members that are coming in. You're putting their security at risk because you could potentially...
I'm not putting anyone's security at risk.
But you could be, couldn't you?
No, that's a presumption, okay? I'm not doing anything wrong.
No, it's not a presumption because I said you could. I didn't say you were.
Okay.
I said you could be. So that's not a presumption. That's me suggesting that you could be.
Okay. And how would I be putting their safety at risk then?
So what are you doing with those films?
Well, it's for personal use.
Okay. What personal use? Are you going to be sharing those online?
I don't know. Whatever personal use I wish.
Okay. So what is the purpose of you being here today would be my question.
The police is a public service.
Yep.
Okay. And I'm here to actually record what the public pay for.
Okay, but this isn't a police station. This is police
It
headquarters.
makes no difference. The public still pay for it.
Okay, I don't understand what you're trying to achieve though, because if you want to make sure...
I'm not trying to achieve anything. I'm just filming what the public pay for.
Okay, but if you're trying to prove that the public are paying and getting value for service, surely you'd be better...
I didn't say that. I didn't say that at all.
So what did you say?
Okay, I said I'm just here to film what the public pay for. That's it.
Okay, for what reason?
My own reason.
Instead of admitting that filming from public land is legal, the inspector starts asking questions like, "What are you doing with the footage? Is it for personal use? Why are you filming?" This isn't proper policing. It looks like he's trying to turn something legal into a problem. Applaud was not required to answer those questions. Filming in public is legal by default, and there is no law that says a person must explain their reasons to the police. Article 10 of the Human Rights Act clearly protects photography and recording as a form of free expression. By demanding personal explanations, the inspector acted as if Applaud needed permission to use his basic rights, which isn't true.
And do you come here regularly and do this?
That's irrelevant.
Okay, I feel like I've come down to have a conversation with you and engage with you, and you're not particularly willing to engage.
Yeah, but that conversation is irrelevant. Okay, that's called fishing for information.
It's not called fishing. It's called engaging with someone. It's called.
Yeah, I'll have a conversation about whatever you want. Okay, but whether or not I've been here or not, or whether or not I'm actually filming, I'm just doing exactly what I'm perfectly lawfully allowed to do.
What my concern would be is that, do you pose a security threat?
Okay, your concern and what the law is are two different things.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
They're not.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Okay, your feelings and what you feel is not the law. Okay, what I'm doing is perfectly lawful.
Not if you pose a security threat.
In what way? You still haven't answered that.
Have you answered my question?
Okay, you still haven't answered that.
Have you answered my question?
I don't need to answer your question.
And I don't need to answer your questions.
Okay.
When the inspector says it's a security threat, it shows he doesn't have any real evidence. Police officers can't just use the word security as an excuse without a proper legal reason. To restrict someone's rights, there must be a genuine suspicion that a crime is taking place, not just a feeling or discomfort about being filmed. The law and court rulings make this very clear. If policing was based on personal feelings, anyone could be treated like a suspect. Plowd was right to point out that feelings are not the law. The inspector couldn't explain any actual danger, which shows he wasn't seriously assessing a risk. He was covering up his lack of understanding. That's why he avoided giving a proper answer and instead asked childish questions like, "Have you answered my questions?"
Are you recording police vehicles? Are you recording information on police staff?
I'm recording whatever I can see.
Bear with me a second.
Why are you filming here?
Because I'm well within my legal rights to do so.
But why?
It's a public service that the public
Have you
pay
a keen
for.
interest in the police?
Okay, I have an interest in all public services.
So you do this on a regular basis?
Okay, that's irrelevant.
Well, rather than filming us, why don't you ask us the questions and if
Well,
you're interested in the police,
first of all, okay, if I had been approached correctly,
Well,
okay,
you have done.
then I would have, okay, but your inspector hadn't, okay. You've come out, you've made an allegation, okay, towards me.
An allegation.
No, you did. You made an allegation that your staff, okay, are alarmed and distressed, okay?
Yes, they
You
are,
should
yeah.
know, as a constable, okay, you cannot be alarmed and distressed.
Any person can feel harassment or distress.
Not
Whether
when
it's
you're
for
an
the
officer.
cause of your
It is
duty.
case law, and
Don't
you
talk over me.
cannot.
Let's have a back and
You
forth
cannot
conversation.
be.
But let me speak. And
Okay.
let me get my point across so you can get yours. Okay?
Okay? I can film whatever the eye can see, sir.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying. Okay, you just said
Right.
what you want, so let me speak. Okay, members of staff leaving this building or this facility in their plain clothes in their own car, you filming them has caused them alarm, harassment, and distress. Okay, they're not on duty as police officers, so they can feel alarm and distress.
When the two constables arrive, their argument quickly falls apart. They say that staff going in and out of the headquarters are alarmed and distressed by Plowd filming. But the law has made it clear for a long time that police officers are expected to deal with more pressure and discomfort than ordinary members of the public. The constables try to argue that these are plainclothes staff using their own cars, but that point doesn't really change anything. They are still connected to the police, on police property, and carrying out police-related duties linked to the organization Plowd is auditing. Not wearing a uniform doesn't change how the law applies, and it doesn't remove accountability.
Big security risk.
From that here all the way round inside this property, okay, I can film.
It doesn't matter. When we book off our system off duty, we're off duty. However, what
Okay.
we are going to clarify is whether what you're standing on is private land. So we're
It's
gonna-
publicly accessible.
No.
It's publicly
We'll-
accessible under Section 33 of the Criminal
We're
Justice
going to
Act.
find out whether
okay?
this part that you're standing on is private.
But then if you can show me the actual signs that state private property along there, okay, no public access, then fine, I will move on.
Well, what-
Okay,
no.
but there are no
We're
signs,
giving you our
and it's
details,
publicly
but
accessible.
What is your name, young man?
It's irrelevant.
You've clearly come here for an argument.
No, I haven't.
So what
No,
is
I
the
haven't.
purpose of being here then?
Because I want to film.
Film what? Film what?
Okay, what the public
Film
pay
us
for.
leaving the building.
No, I'm filming what I can see.
Well, what
Okay?
you're doing is you're filming people leaving in their personal vehicles.
That's
okay?
not exciting.
And
And-
a security threat?
No, how is that a security
You've got
threat?
their registration
Do you,
plate.
That's
do
a
you
presumption.
not see what happens in the world?
That's a presumption.
You're not seeing what's happening in the world.
Okay, yeah, but that is a presumption, okay?
not a presumption.
And where you just said, okay, about to do with license plates, okay? License plates are in the public domain,
Yeah.
okay?
But
You
they're not-
guys have
But
access
you're-
to
what
that
you're doing is You're
information.
putting that on YouTube and you're specifically...
Who said that? Who
You're-
said that? Whoa. Hang on a
filming
minute.
it,
Whoa,
you're gonna
hang
put
on.
it in the public
Hang on.
domain.
No.
Listen to me, and you
You
could-
said that. I haven't
Listen
said
to me,
it, Ken.
I'm-
No, don't
listen.
shout at me.
Listen to me. I'm
Do
trying
not
to
shout
talk
at me.
and you're
No,
talking over
don't
me.
shout at me.
So let me have my piece.
Please do not shout
Let me
at
have
me.
my piece then.
Yeah, as long
Let
as
me
you
say
don't
my
shout at
piece.
me.
The two constables repeat the inspector's excuse, saying Plowd is a security threat because he is filming staff car number plates. Plowd quickly explains why that claim makes no sense. Number plates are not private. They are required to be displayed in public, and anyone can legally see them. Calling that a threat is unreasonable. It's an even weaker argument when you remember that the police already have full access to vehicle registration details through the DVLA and their own databases. So recording something that is already visible to everyone cannot automatically be suspicious. This makes it clear that security is being used as a convenient excuse whenever officers don't like being filmed.
You are a public servant, okay? I am here as a member of the public to film public property, okay, and a public service that the public pay for, okay? I'm doing a completely lawful activity, okay? I'm breaking no law, I'm committing no crime, right? And I should carry on about my business, okay? If you decide that you want to harass me, then you carry on and do that, sir.
The issue you have...
Could you step back a
is
little
that
bit,
what
please?
you're doing is you're causing our colleagues harassment,
Would you mind
alarm and
stepping
distress,
back a little bit,
okay?
please?
You're causing our colleagues harassment,
Would you
alarm
mind
and distress.
stepping back a little bit, please?
Okay. Why don't you step back further over there to
No,
the pavement
because
over
I
there?
moved to here and you came to me. Okay?
I'll come
Just
to you
because you're...
because
I
it's strange,
moved
and
from
I'm
there
asking you
to
why
here,
you're filming.
and you
why you're
walk to
filming.
me.
I'm asking
Okay?
you why you're
If
filming.
you don't want to be that close to someone,
I'm
then
asking you
don't
why
walk
you're
up to
filming.
them that way.
Listen
Yeah?
to me for a minute.
Okay? If you ask your colleague to step back, I will talk with you.
Perfectly he's
No, he's walked right the way up. Now, this is me feeling alarm and distress.
He's not in your personal
Okay?
space.
Yes, he is. Okay? He's well within an arm's reach.
Don't
Okay?
touch me.
I didn't touch you.
At this point, the officer completely lost his professionalism. After losing every legal argument, he stepped into Ploud's personal space without any good reason. That wasn't proper policing, it was intimidation. Officers are trained to keep a safe distance, not use their physical presence to pressure or scare someone when they don't have the law on their side. While leaning in, he said, "Don't touch me," even though Ploud hadn't touched him at all. This wasn't a genuine warning. It looked like he was trying to provoke a reaction. It seemed like the officer was creating a situation where even accidental contact could later be claimed as assault. Instead of enforcing the law, he appeared to be trying to set a trap.
Touch me and you get arrested
I
for
did
assault.
not touch you,
Understand
so
me?
let's get that right. I did not touch you.
Don't touch me. You
Okay?
touch me and you get
I
arrested
did
for
not
assault.
touch you, so
Okay?
you need to be quiet on that one. Okay? Don't tell me I touched you when I did not touch
Don't
you.
touch me,
I
or
did
you'll
not
be
touch
arrested
you.
for
It's all
assault.
on camera.
Do you understand
Okay?
me?
I did not touch you. Don't
Don't
tell me
reach
do I
forward
understand.
and try and touch me.
Okay? Do not tell me, okay?
Look, sir,
Right?
just
He's got a real attitude
sir,
problem.
listen.
Yes, he has.
Sir,
you're not
if
listening,
you'd
that's
like
the
to talk to me for a second, that'd
Yeah, that's
be great.
fine.
Okay. So I just wanted to clarify some things. You're right, this is a public area. You are entitled to film here. However, your behaviour is causing our staff harassment, alarm and distress.
Who's that then?
So we've had members of our staff complaining about you, filming them, leaving the premises, and that is causing them harassment, alarm and distress.
As a police officer or police they cannot be the victim of being alarmed and distressed. No, they cannot. You need to actually look at that. It is case law and it is there.
Sir, listen to me. Yes,
Okay.
they can.
No, they cannot.
Yes, they can. So as such,
Okay.
under Section 50 of the Police Reform Act 2002, I'm going to ask you to provide me your details,
Okay,
your name
right.
and address.
Now, I will
Hang on.
actually state this, okay? Under Section 50,
Yep.
okay, the Police Reform Act,
Yep.
okay, there has to be a member of the public within 150 metres of me.
No, there
okay?
doesn't.
Yes, they
No,
do.
there doesn't,
okay?
because the
Right, you
legislation-
will not be
the-
getting
the-
my
the-
details.
So if you refuse to provide those
Okay.
details, you're liable to be arrested.
You will not get my details. I'll tell you that straight because
That's
I've
fine.
done nothing wrong.
That's fine. I'm going to ask you again. You have.
Okay.
You've caused our staff harassment, alarm, distress.
And I'm going to tell you no.
There is concern around your behaviour and how it's making our staff feel.
And I'm gonna
So
tell you
make
no.
that request from you to provide me with your name
And
and
I'm going to
address.
tell you no because I've done nothing wrong.
Please.
You're under arrest.
Okay, right. Hang on. Just before you go, would you mind just reading my wrist, please?
When the inspector came back, it should have helped calm the situation, but instead he repeated the same weak arguments as the constables. Then he tried to rely on Section 50 of the Police Reform Act. However, Section 50 does not give officers the power to demand someone's details whenever they want. It only applies if there are reasonable grounds to believe a person is involved in antisocial behavior affecting the public. Ploud was standing on public land, quietly filming a government building, and there were no members of the public being bothered. Ignoring those facts suggests either a serious misunderstanding of the law or a deliberate misuse of it. When Ploud refused to provide his details, they arrested him. This did not look like proper policing. It looked like he was being punished simply for refusing to comply. Ploud later shared an update about what happened after the arrest.
As we know, I got one offer, okay, that got turned down, and we now have a court date for the end of February, so I will keep you updated on that, Pete. So, as you know, I gave you an update on Inspector Bardon, and where it should have actually gone to court at the end of last month, and basically things have sort of been delayed, so I'm now waiting for another date for that, and as soon as I have that, I will let you know.
Ploud's update completely changes the direction of the case. After being unlawfully arrested under Section 50, he didn't just make a complaint, he took legal action. The police offered him a settlement, but he refused and decided to take the inspector to court instead. That is significant because settlements often allow misconduct to be handled quietly, while a court case makes everything public. If Plod wins, he could receive a larger payout, possibly between £5,000 and £15,000 depending on the damages, and the inspector's actions could officially be ruled unlawful. That would harm the inspector's reputation, cost taxpayers money, and could even lead to disciplinary action. From the beginning, the inspector showed a poor understanding of public filming laws and appeared to make up rules as he went along. Instead of guiding his team properly, he seemed to encourage weak arguments. Rather than calming the situation, he escalated it. This points to poor training and weak leadership. The arrest itself reinforced that concern. Section 50 appeared to be used as a way to punish someone for refusing to cooperate, rather than to deal with genuine antisocial behavior. The constable's conduct added to the problem. They stepped into Plod's personal space, claimed vague security threats, and said staff were distressed, relying on feelings rather than clear legal grounds. When challenged, they depended on their inspector instead of explaining the law properly. The wider issue seems cultural. This did not look like a single mistake by one officer, but part of a pattern where excuses are used before accountability. Claims of security and distress were presented as justification, yet Plod challenged those claims. By rejecting the settlement and choosing court, he ensured that the force's actions would be